book lovers, Victoria here and My Books Me. Today I'm bringing you my October book haul. I completely forgot what month we're up to because the months are going so fast. I cannot believe we are in November, that it is currently NaNoWriMo, that December is just around the corner, that Christmas is coming. Like, it is insane. So anyway, during October I managed to cut down on the number of books I bought. I still got quite a number of books, but they are all books that I'm planning on reading very, very soon. I've just got to read a couple of books for review first, and then I'll be right into all these books. And I know this is how I'm going to be spending my Christmas and New Year. First, we'll start with a book that I won in a giveaway, and that is Love Murder by Saul Black. This is actually an uncorrected proof. I won this in a giveaway run by Hatchet over on Twitter. They were just doing the, retweet to win an arc of Love Murder, and I don't really know what this is about, but I was lucky enough to win. Catherine Glass is beautiful, intelligent, and utterly charming, and 6 years ago, homicide detective Valerie Hart put her behind bars for the rest of her life. But if Valerie thought she could ever forget what Catherine Glass did, she was dead wrong, because the murders have started all over again, and only one person can help Valerie catch the killer, Catherine Glass. So this book comes out on the 17th of November. I probably won't have it read and reviewed by then, but I'm hoping to read it soon because it does sound really interesting. Then the next two books that were sent to me for review were kindly sent to me from by the author, and that is The Industry and the Estate, and these are written by Rose Foster. These are Love Oz YA books. The Industry came out back in 2012. Back then I saw it in a magazine and it sounded interesting, and I just never got around to picking it up because I wasn't really much into reading back then, and I kind of then eventually forgot that it existed until this year when it was announced that The Estate was finally coming out. And I know fans of The Industry have been wanting a sequel for so long, and it's finally here. So I was contacted by the publicity team for this book, and they kindly sent me both of these books because they really liked my blog and that I was an Aussie reviewer and things like that, so that meant so much to me. So I can't wait to read these. I can't remember what these are about because it has been so long since I've been interested in reading them. But The Industry, I'll read you the blurb of The Industry. Kira Hayward is an ordinary 16-year-old, smarter than most but otherwise completely anonymous. When she stumbles across an unusual puzzle on the internet and manages to solve it, she has no idea of what she's letting herself in for. Kidnapped by a shadow organisation known only as The Industry, Kira soon discovers how valuable her code-breaking skills are. But when she stubbornly refuses to help them, they decide to break her by any means at their disposal. Kira knows that to protect herself, she must trust no one, not even her fellow prisoner Milo. But as time goes by, she realizes he might be the only person she can rely on. So I'm very excited, and I just actually noticed that Rose kindly signed the book for me. And she said, "Dear Victoria, congratulations on a wonderful blog. Many thanks for all your contributions to the Aussie community. Happy reading and all the very best." So that is amazing. So I can't wait to read these. I'm hoping to read them soon. Like I said, I have to read a couple of books for review, mainly Heartless by Marissa Meyer. So I'm hoping to read them then, but I am very excited. Again, thank you Rose for sending these my way. Now the rest of the books are ones that I bought myself. So the first one is my most anticipated release for the year, and it came signed. It came a little bit early. I haven't finished reading it, but I am reading it now and I am loving it, and that is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, the second book in the Illuminae files. Like, it is signed. I managed to get a signed edition when I pre-ordered it, and I'm so excited. I loved the first one. This one is following two different people. They are on the Hemdale station, and this is taking place right after Illuminae, when the Hypatia is coming towards the Hemdale, and it is really good. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting into these two main characters. I'm liking them, but obviously I miss Katie and Ezra, but I'm really enjoying this. Our main character Hannah has a diary in here, and Marie Lou illustrated them, and they just look freaking amazing. So definitely get this book because it's amazing so far. I am only 101 pages in, but it's going good, so definitely pick it up. In my September YA Chronicles box, which arrived a little late, I got Three Dark Crowns by Ken Deblake. probably all know what this is about. I've talked about it quite a lot on my channel. If you want to see the unboxing for this, then I will leave a link to it in the description below. But I am so excited to have a finished, beautiful Australian paperback of this book. Then I picked up Replica by Lauren Oliver, and this has intrigued me ever since I saw it that it was coming out, because it is told two different ways. You have Lyra's story and then you have Gemma's story, and you flip the book over to read them. So it's two girls, two stories, one epic novel, and you can read the book either way. You can start with Lyra or you can start with Gemma. I haven't really seen if there's a particular way you should start, but so Lyra's story is the Haven Institute is a building tucked away on a private island off the coast of Florida that from a distance looks serene and even beautiful, but up close the locked doors, military guards and biohazard suits tell us a different story. In truth, Haven is a clandestine research facility where thousands of replicas or human models are born, raised and observed. When a surprise attack is launched on Haven, two of its young experimental subjects, Lyra aka number 24 and the boy only known as 72, managed to escape, encountering a world they never knew existed outside their secluded upbringing. They meet Gemma and they try to understand Haven's purpose together. They uncover some earth-shattering secrets that will change the lives of both girls forever. So then Gemma's story is very, well, not, I wouldn't say similar, but obviously they do cross paths. Gemma has been in and out of hospitals for as long as she can remember. A lonely teen, her life to date has revolved around homeschool and her best friend April. But after she is nearly abducted by a stranger claiming to know her, Gemma starts to investigate her family's past and discovers her father's mysterious connection to the secretive Haven Institute. Hungry for answers, she decides to leave the sanctuary of her home to travel to Florida, only to stumble upon two replicas amidst the frenzy outside Haven's walls and a completely new set of questions. So the stories do overlap, but for the most part I think they are two, well, not completely different stories, but they don't cross paths that much, and I think when they do it's not that major, I don't know, but this intrigues me simply for the way it's told. I have heard a lot of mixed things actually about this, but I'm gonna go in and give it a go. Then I picked up Night Film by Marisha Pessel. This one has also intrigued me. This is meant to be a horror, creepy read. Well, a horror, and ideally I kind of wanted to read this around Halloween, but I had so many books on my TBR I didn't even read that many anyway. But I'm still excited, and just before I get into what it's about, it also has like documents and stuff scattered throughout, which is exciting. On a day of October night, the body of beautiful Ashley Cordova is discovered in a Manhattan warehouse. Though her death is ruled a suicide, investigative journalist Scott McGrath suspects otherwise. The last time McGrath got too close to the Cordova dynasty, he lost his marriage and his career. This time he could lose his mind. This is meant to be really good. This is meant to be like a horror psychological thriller. I'm very excited. I really like those books, which surprised me quite a lot, but I'm excited for this one. I've heard a lot of great things about this book and I can't wait to read it. On the other end of the spectrum, I picked up two of Abby Glines' books. I've read her two books in the Field Party series. I wanted to pick up something else by her, so I've decided I'm going to read the Rosemead Beach series, which is a companion novel series, but the start of the series has like some quartets and trilogies and some duologies, so you follow those characters for more than one book. So I picked up books 1 and 3 because number 2 was out of stock. So I got Fallen Too Far and Forever Too Far. So these are the books 1 and 3 in the Rosemead Beach series, but there are also books 1 and 3 in the Too Far series. So anyway, these follow Blair and what's his name? Blair, and Rush. And it sounds really intriguing. I love Abby Glines' work so far, so I'm excited to read these. They're definitely going to be fun contemporaries just to get lost into for a day or two. Then I picked up a graphic novel. Again, this was one I kind of probably should have read in this is probably one I should have read in October during Halloween, but doesn't matter. And that is Witches Volume 1 by Scott Snyder, Jock, Matt Hollingsworth, Clem Robbins, and David Brothers. This is meant to be like the real origin story of witches. They're not like the witches we know of today. These are like an ancient evil that are a lot scarier, a lot more sinister, a lot more evil, and the art in this Where's a nice page? The art in this looks really dark and gritty and kind of creepy on some pages, so I'm very excited to read this. I'm definitely not going to wait for Halloween to read this. I'll probably read this soon because I feel like I'm in the mood for a graphic novel again. So yeah, very excited. I've heard really great things about this one. I haven't seen if there's going to be a second one, but anyway, I'm excited. Then I picked up Beside Myself by Anne Morgan. This one has also been one of my most anticipated releases for the year, and it came out back in like January, February, and I still didn't pick it up, mainly because actually the hardcover was only out and I wanted the paperback. But this is about these two twins who at 6 years old, they decide to switch for the day. So Helen becomes Ellie and Ellie becomes Helen. Blah. But then at the end of the day, Ellie refuses to swap back, so they have to live in each other's lives from now on. And Helen doesn't like this because she used to be sort of the favourite. She used to be like the smartest in school. She used to have all the friends, praise of her teacher and things like that. And now Ellie has it all and she can't really speak up because no one's going to believe her that she's actually Helen when Ellie can easily just say, well, no, I'm Helen, you're weird. And so they sort of just mold into each other's lives and kind of forget about this one day that happened when they were 6 years old until Helen is 25 and she has to, I think it's when she's 25, when she's older, when Helen is older, it all sort of comes back to her and things like that. And this is meant to be really good, and I can't wait to read it. I'll probably end up reading it like in January, February next year, a whole year after it came out, but that's alright. I'm excited for this one. Nearly done. The next book I picked up is The Haters by Jessie Andrews. Jessie Andrews wrote Me, the Earl and the Dying Girl, which I am yet to read, so I don't know really why I picked up another book of his, but I'm just been recently, whoa, I've got too many books. But recently I've just been really into getting some contemporaries, and this was only $3 on Booktopia, and I thought I'd pick it up while it was cheap. And I've been also really wanting to read one of his books, so now I can just toss a coin and see which one I actually want to read. But I don't really know what this is about, but all I know that it is about a road trip that they're calling the Haters 2016 Summer of Hate Tour. That we follow Wes and Corey. So I'm excited. I've heard really great things about this and Jessie Andrews in general, so I can't wait to read it. Finally, the last book I picked up is a World Book Day book from last year, and that is Geek Girl Geek Drama by Holly Smale. I have not read any of the Geek Girl book series. I have not read any of the Geek Girl books, but I saw this on Booktopia for $2. I thought, you know what, it's $2, I think I'm going to like these books. I really want to get this because it's super rare to find World Book Day books after World Book Day, especially ones from last year. So I thought I'd better pick it up in case I never see it again, and if I really like the series, then yay, I've got it. If I don't like the series, then it doesn't matter. But I do think I'm going to enjoy the series, so I can't wait to read these books. I don't know when I'm meant to read this book in the series. I might have to have a look, but otherwise I'm very excited for this series, and just having this book makes me a little bit more excited, so I think I'm going to try and read that one next year. I don't know, I've got so many books I need to read, it is not funny, guys. Yeah, all the books that I got during the month of October. I can tell you now that I'm probably going to get even less books during November and probably December, although it is Christmas in December, so you know. But yes, I'm very excited. I love all these books. I'm definitely going to be reading them very, very, very soon after I finish reading a couple of books to review. Like I said, mainly Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and I really want to finish Gemini before I get into any of the books. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on any of these books that I got. Also, let me know one of the books that you got during October that you are really excited to read. Other than that, I will see you guys very soon with another video. I don't know how often videos are going to be. I've been very slack with video making and editing and uploading recently, but I'm hoping to maybe have at least one a week. I don't think I'm going to do 2 a week for the rest of the year, but definitely one a week. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? See you guys soon with another video. Bye!